Welcome, Mr. McConey. I'm just going to do a brief overview of what I've done so far for your network implementation. So right here on the right is the Windows Server 2016 operating system that I installed for your law firm. This is the Server Manager dashboard. This is going to be your best friend because this is where you can create new users, remove users, unlock accounts, reset passwords. So this will be something frequently that your law firm will use for those particular reasons and more once your law firm grows. Right here on the left side, if you click on local server, you will see that I created the domain for you, and everybody as of right now, so yourself and other non-employees are all under this domain. So when they do log into their computers, everybody will be logging into this domain. So we'll check their credentials and make sure that they are supposed to have access to this domain in order to find their to be on the network and find their folders and other information that they may save to that network. All right. So if we click on here on the top on tools and we go to Active Directory users and computers, this screen will pull up the groups that I created and also all the users, including yourself, that are created. So anytime, like I said, you need to create a user, remove a user, reset passwords, things like that, add groups, remove groups, you would do it through this screen right there. A simple way to add a new users is coming at the top right here. You want to make sure that you're in the container or under your domain that you would like to add the user group to, but we only have one domain, so we're already clicked on it, and we can just click on this person right here, and you would just type in the information and also what would you want their login name to be, and once you click next, you will be able to set their password and also control if they will have to change their password at their next login. Please note that all users, including yourself, will have to change the password once you do sign in for the first time because temporary passwords were given. But right here, I created 3 groups. I created a group for accounting, administrative, and attorneys. If you do double click on a group and if you go to members, you will see all the employees that are a member of each group. So yourself, Mr. McConey, you are a member of every group, so you have access to all the files and folders on each group. And for accounting, since Mr. Smith is the only accounting person at this time, he's the other person to have access to the just only the accountant folder. As you do grow, you have the scalability to add more people, and once you click on add, if you know their name like Brian Smith, you can just type it. If you click on check names just to make sure that you found the right one, once it populates like that, you will see that that is the right one, and you will hit OK to add them to the list, so they will have access to the accounting group. All right, and if you want to remove somebody, you just click on remove to remove them. All right, and then this is the administrative group. So you got yourself and then Evelyn, Ms. Schultz, and then you have your attorneys. So of course yourself and then all the other attorneys that's in that group, and plus the legal assistants as well, which is in the attorneys group. All right, right here are all the users. So if you click on a user as like yourself, and if you click on member of, you will see that you're a member of each of the groups, including the domain as well, which is what I'm showing you at the moment. All right. If you ever have somebody that account is locked, you can click on account tab and you can unlock their account. And then if you ever need to change someone's password, if you right click on their name, you can just go up to reset password, and you see also you can disable accounts there as well and delete users. So there's a lot of helpful information right there for you. And also the next here is where if you want to create a new group, like I created these security groups down here. If you need to create a new group for, a new batch of people or a new person that may come in and do something slightly different, you can do that right there as well too. All right. So that is where your users and groups are at. Now to your folders that are created on the server. If you click on the File Explorer, and there's two ways you can go to the File Explorer. This icon down here, or you can just search and just type in the File Explorer. And this is where all your local files and stuff are kept on the domain. So if you click on this PC and click on local disk, you will see that I created 3 folders. So I got a folder for accounting, administrator, and attorneys. I'm going to go ahead and erase that. That was just for testing purposes. So each folder, certain people will have access to. So the accounting people, including yourself, will have access to just accounting. The administrative people, including yourself, will have access to that folder. And then attorneys, legal assistants, and yourself will have access to the attorneys folder. So you can just click on it. You can create more folders if you want to, or anybody that has access to those folders, you can create. They'll be able to create some too. If you want to create a new folder on its own, that's all the same way how Windows been for a while. Now also you want to keep in mind that these folders are only shared with specific people. So if you right click, I'll do it again. If you right click on the folder and you hit share with, and you want to go to specific people, you will see that it's shared with the accounting. So anybody that's in the accounting group will have access to the accounting folder, and the domain, which is the owner of the domain. So you will just see my name there for right now. Of course, they have access to that as well. And you give people or groups the permission level. So read is just there, able to just open files, but read and write, they're able to open it and also edit it. Okay. So you can do that to each one, and you will see where each group have access to their specific folders. If you need to add more people, you can just go to find people, and you seen this screen earlier. You can either add people by name or you can add people by group. Okay. All right. So that is that for the server. We're going to go over here to the left. Here's your Windows 10 professional operating system that installed for yourself and all your employees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign in, which probably about 4 or 5 users. I want to sign in to each user, each group, so you can see how they have access to only their folder. And not to other folders. So we can start off with yourself. So I'm going to click on other users, and we're going to start with your username. Notice I put a space after that D and that period, and that will be in the project report as well. All the usernames and temporary passwords. And I'm going to type in your password here. So that's loading, so it should come up here shortly. So as a president, like I said, you have access to all the folders and stuff. All right, you don't have to worry about this this message right here, this notification. Basically what it is once you sign into your username, the network drives doesn't automatically connect. So only thing you have to do to connect to your network drive is when you click on your File Explorer, and what you want to do is you want to click on this PC. So I mapped so for each user I mapped the network that you will be using. So for your case, you will be having access to all 3 of the groups. So when you click on it, you don't have to worry about getting a denial message. And you see once you do click on it, the X turns into green, so it's connected during your session until you sign out. Now that's for yourself. So next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sign out of here, and then I'm gonna sign into one of the attorneys. Excuse me. I'm gonna sign into one of the attorneys' profile. So I'm gonna do Mr. Jones. So Mr. Jones should only have access to the attorney folder. So click on his file explorer. If you click on this PC, I only map the attorneys group network to his profile. So when he does go that's the only one he will see, and he has access to that. Now, just in case he maybe was just snooping around, but not in a bad way, if he clicked on network, and if you use this drop down, he'll see the name of the server. So if you look onto the right, this is the name of your server, and he'll see that, well, these are all the groups and folders and stuff that's on this server. So if he wanted to click on administrative, you'll see he doesn't have access. He'll get this not permission. He will have to contact a network administrator to give him access if he's supposed to have access. And then attorneys, that's his group there. And accounting, he doesn't have access to as well. Okay. All right, now let's go to a legal assistant. So we can try Mr. Long, so Terry Long. So we're gonna sign in to that profile. All right, so they should only have access to the legal, to the attorney. To the attorney folder as well. So if I click on their file explorer, and we can just go straight to network. Well, if you click on PC, you see I just mapped the attorneys ones to it, but we go to network and they choose their server name. They should only have access to the attorney's file. Accounting, they don't have access to, and administrator, they don't have access to. All right, there we go. So we can go into the next one. We're going to do the accountant, Mr. Smith. All right. Okay, and this is really quick. If you notice, so it's really good. So Mr. Smith, he's the accountant, so he should only have access to the accountant folder. All right, we're gonna click on his file explorer, and you see the accountant is the accounting group folders right there. And then if he were to click on network and click on the server name, he should have access to the administrators or the attorneys folder. Okay. All right, and then lastly, we're gonna do Miss Schultz, since she's the admin assistant. So we know that she should only have access to the assistant folder. So, all right, so we're gonna wait for Ms. Schultz's profile to pop up. All right, perfect. And she'll click on the file explorer. She'll click on her PC, and she'll see that she has the administrative folder mapped to it. Okay. When she clicked on network and where to click on the server name, you will see that if she were to click on attorneys, she wouldn't have access to it. She click on administrator, she does, and she click on accountant, she doesn't have access to it. Okay. Now, like I said before in the server, if say if Phil, Mr. Jones, he's an attorney, say if he needed access to the accountant folder for just whatever the case may be. Maybe he's crossing over into the accounting field or career. You don't have to worry about creating a whole new profile. Like I said, you just go to your file explorer on your server, and you want to just click on this PC and go to local, and you want to you want to go to accountant and you want to share with specific people. And if you want to just do him, you don't want to do the whole group of attorneys. So if you want to just do, Mr. Jones, you just type in his name or his username and you click add. So now when Mr. Jones once you Mr. Jones do sign back in, he will now have access to the accounting folder. I'm gonna remove it for right now. Okay, and then if you want to map it, and mapping is basically, so it just creates an easier step. Mapping is right there on their PC, where they can go straight to it, and then you can also create a shortcut and add it to their desktop if they wanted to. But the long way is clicking on network, finding their network name or their computer name or network name, server name, and then you would have to right click it and you want to click on map network drive, and it'll take you through. It's real simple, map network drive, and just hit finish, and then that accounting network drive will pop up right there. All right, so that's just basically that quick tutorial. I know a little bit more than 15 minutes, but this is really great information. You can save this video and always reference this video back to know how to do those simple tasks. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a great day.